What should you charge for coaching? I know, it's a $1 million question, and it's probably what's gonna help you get to $1 million a year, but what is it? What do you charge? Where do you start? How do you increase your prices? Well, I'm gonna reveal it all on this video. Hi, I'm Victoria Gibson, and I'm bringing women together so they can make a bigger impact with their business and create success on their own terms. So, what to charge for coaching, right? This is what I get asked all the time. Okay, well now I'm gonna create a package, well what am I gonna charge for it? Or now I'm gonna get clients, or I'm gonna grow my clients, or I'm gonna raise my rates, well what should I charge? And look, it is a bit of a question like how long is a piece of string? Right? You could charge $100,000 an hour if you wanted to, right? It's all choice. It is your business. But there's a few things that might impact on whether anyone's going to say yes to that. Now, and I want to talk about some of those elements that are going to impact on your pricing. But before I do, I really want to talk about what you're delivering, the power and the value of the outcome that you provide. Because it's a bit of a mindset shift from charging by the hour or having a daily rate or a monthly rate or something that is tied to your time. Okay, monthly rates are fine if you have some leverage built in there. Hourly rates are fine if they're really high, but generally I'd say stay away from charging by the hour because really people aren't buying your time. Say for example, you think they are, right? But say for example, I'm hiring a weight loss mentor, which I've done many times before, trust me. And maybe this is why I haven't really got the outcome that I want, is that I haven't invested high enough in a really powerful outcome. Although having said that, I have just hired the amazing Brittany Watkins, who is, a high-end weight loss mentor. And I'm hoping that that's going to bring about some change. So anyway, stay tuned. So, for example, with weight loss, I'm not hiring someone's time, right? Normally we think, we have to put in more one-on-ones. We have to put in more time with us if we want to charge more. And that is not necessarily the case. Because think about weight loss, right? Do I want Brittany to charge me for 20 hours of one-on-one time? Or do I want her to just charge me for the outcome of helping me lose the weight that I've been hanging on to for a really long time? Right? If it's going to take longer, that's not more valuable. If it's going to mean that I need more one-on-ones with her when I'm already busy, that's actually not that valuable to me. I need the points or the value or the interaction with her and her materials, and perhaps that's leveraged and it's online, which some of it is, that gets me closer to the outcome or just gets me the outcome. That's really what I'm buying. When I'm saying yes to convert at a high level, or even just anyone saying yes, even to an online program, right, is wanting that outcome. The point of them buying is because they see themselves having that result. So that's what you want to get them closer to, and that's what you charge for. So are you solving a high value problem? If you're showing people how to make printed shoelaces on Etsy, right? They're going to sell for like $2. Well, charging them $5,000 for a coaching package is not in alignment with that, right? So I know you're probably not making printed shoelaces on Etsy. Please don't. It's not a great business idea, but you get my drift. Whereas if you are helping people lose weight and get over the emotional eating that's been dogging them for like half their life, well, that's a high value solution to their big problem that's keeping them awake at night. Or similarly, what if it was like you're a relationship expert and you're helping people get happier in their relationship? Now, if I was in a relationship, which I'm not, but if I was, and it was starting to fall apart, I'd want to get some help, okay? I'd want to get some solutions. And in fact, when my marriage fell apart, we did go to a counsellor, and we used to pay $200 a session. Now, these went on for like 2 years, and I'm divorced, so it didn't get us where we needed to go. Whereas what about if she had said to me, okay, well, what's the issue here? Do you just want to communicate better and both be happier in your relationship? I've got, this level of support, and we could work on it in an intensive, or you could have my ongoing email and chat support, and it's $15,000. I would have paid it to get that back on track. But instead we're paying for an hour of a time, which actually was painful. We had to go there. I mean, it's painful going through therapy anyway, but it's actually painful to have to drive to someone's house and sit there for an hour and then not get the outcomes that you want. So instead of like, okay, great, well, you can come to my place for $100 an hour. What about, hey, let's get your relationship back on track, and I've got a way to do that. People don't buy the process. People actually, even if you left out half of it, probably wouldn't even care about all those things that you're adding in now. So the key is do a bit of a Coco Chanel and take something off, right? Take something out, pare it back. Don't overcommit yourself. Position yourself as a high value solution, and then you can price accordingly. So what is going to impact on your price? Okay, there's things, namely your experience and reputation. What results have you already got for people or yourself that you know are proven and are going to help connect you with the client and to their problem? Okay, it's all very well and good if you've done some kind of life coaching or certification and now you want to be a life coach, but if you want to be able to dive into a specific problem and solve that for people and have some proof points around that. Like, I'm all about getting great results for your clients. That's what's going to propel your business more than anything. Not just adding a few zeros on a package number or calling yourself something or an expert if you're not. So make sure you actually have got some results there and that you can get them some results. So maybe you might need to zero down a little on the transformation that you provide. Like if you're feeling overworked and burnt out and you're not getting great results, it may be that you're trying to get your clients to bite off more than they can chew. Okay, so maybe you can distill that outcome down a little bit more so that you can get more of a high value solution. So depends on your experience and reputation. It also depends on the access to you. So there I was saying, okay, we'll try and create as much leverage as possible. And some people will have very high value coaching packages that don't actually offer any one-on-one. Like there's plenty of coaches that I've seen out there charging, $35,000 to $50,000 to $75,000 for the year without any one-on-one access, and even more. I think there's others that even have more than that. So it's possible, but these are people with a steady flow of proven results before them, and they know that they've got the system down pat. So so it's based on that real IP, that system that's going to create the leverage for them too. So you do need to create a system if you want to remove yourself out of it, but maybe your value is in that you create custom solutions, right? So one of my things is that I can really see into a person's business or a coach or a consultant's business and understand the opportunity. And sometimes I need to have that one-on-one or that interaction with them to understand what that is. But then I can charge accordingly, right? Because I've got a steady flow of results. So I'm in the position where I can charge a higher amount. Okay, the other thing is the duration of the program. I like to make mine longer, give people the chance to get the results, and take into account that, there's sometimes a little bit of back and forward motion that comes from either resistance or trying things and tweaking things, but that may not be what you need. Typically, I would suggest you start off with a 3 to 6 month program. If you haven't got any proven success stories yet, or you're starting a new area or solution to a problem, then I'd say go from $2,500 to $5,000. That's a good place to start. $3,000 is a really easy yes for a 3-month program, and that can be a nice way for you to sort of get started. And you may feel like, wow, that's a lot, particularly if you've only been charging $100 an hour or $200 an hour for a one-on-one. You might feel like that's a lot. $3,000 for a 3-month program does not mean that you need to have weekly one-on-ones. Weekly one-on-ones can actually be counterproductive in coaching programs, because people don't have time to get the stuff done that you've talked about the week before. So you're just having these, meetings that fill up. And also allotting time to a coaching program one-on-one session can also be a mistake, because sometimes people just need a little, 10-minute reset. So what about, instead of prescribing one-on-ones, you offered a couple of voluntary or emergency one-on-ones when they need it, and just invite people to reach out to you. So you could have that as your value there. Also, I'm a really big fan of the group program. So if you can have the group coaching program and you can provide group calls and forums where, not only you can support your clients, but others can too. So typically, if you're going to start off with a coaching program, and you haven't coached anyone before, I would suggest stay with the one-on-one, but package it up. So say for the 3,000 for 3 months is a good place to start. Do it one-on-one so you can really understand the kind of clients that you're getting and the results that you can get for them. Then move to a bit more leverage and go with the group. If you want to go for a 12-month program, if you want to offer some kind of ongoing coaching like that, like a mastermind, for example, like what I offer, then I've seen those work really well from anywhere from 10 to kind of 35,000. Yes, you can charge more than that, but typically most of the clients that I work with charge around that level. $10,000 is, you know, a nice place to start to get some yeses if it's a real passion of yours and you want to start cultivating a group. But keep in mind, if you've got a lot more add-ons in that, if you're having live in-person workshops or retreats, you're going to have a lot more costs. So pay attention to your margins too. Just because you're in, you know, the coaching, consulting or expert business doesn't mean you don't have expenses to factor in. And maybe you're going to need a lot more customer support with a bit more of a leverage program. So what's that going to cost? What's your travel if you're going to see people? All those kind of things. So don't forget, even though our business is high margin, you still do have some costs to think about. And I would suggest that even $10,000 a year for a high degree of one-on-one or any kind of live or in-person stuff is not going to be very profitable for you. So I'd say, you know, more like your 15 to 20 is a lot, a lot more reasonable. If you do, I mentioned before that you could charge still hourly rates if you want to, like I used to with my Facebook marketing business. Sometimes people would just have some questions about their campaign or wanting to know how to just, you know, tweak a campaign or whatever, book an hourly session with me. And then I would charge $750 for that because the information, you know, it took me a lot of hours to get. Yes, I could create some good outcomes, only took an hour. And yeah, I didn't want to do a ton of them, right? So I also priced to make sure that I didn't have to. So if you do want to do, still charge one-on-one or offer them, make them really high price because also you don't want to disadvantage the people who are investing in a higher, a bigger program or package. So have them in your arsenal, sure, but price them accordingly. So there's a few things to think about there: the power and the value of the transformation that you're providing, the level of access to you, the length and duration of the program that you're going to provide, and also your results to date. And can you get what you promised? They're super, super important for your credibility and ongoing success of your business. So I hope that's given you a few places to start and some ideas. I'm sure there'll be lots of discussion from this, and please let's have a chat in the comments below. So if you want to make a bigger impact with your business and create success on your own terms, then why don't you like my Facebook page, head on over to YouTube, subscribe, or go to victoriagibson.com where I share my best stuff. Then you can hear more videos like this and I can stay in touch and hear more from you too. So until next time, see you then.